Hello, everyone. I am here today with some amazing people that I can't wait for you to meet, Cal and Kerry, and they are going to talk a little bit about the work that they do with Healwell. And so I'm just going to turn the time right over. I don't know who wants to speak or if you'll both speak, but take it away.
Kerry loves to speak first, so.
I'm Kerry Jordan. I'm the operations director of Healwell.
And I'm Cal Cates. I'm the executive director of Healwell. And Healwell, in a nutshell, what we do is everything we do is geared toward improving quality of life for people who are affected by acute, chronic, and serious illness. So our mission is intentionally broad because pretty much humans are affected by acute, chronic, and serious illness. So our services aren't just limited to patients. We also work with caregivers and frontline providers, social workers, chaplains, you name it. And the underpinning of everything we do is massage therapy. But I guess I would say the real underpinning of everything we do is mortality awareness and self-awareness.
Yeah, we really feel like good care is rooted in knowing that we are all walking around in really breakable vessels and that any of us can go from healthy to unhealthy in the blink of an eye, and that really getting real about that is the best way to take care of yourself and to take care of other people.
And our work sort of grew out of, we really wanted massage therapy to be something that's more seamlessly and unquestioningly integrated into mainstream healthcare. So we started by sort of looking around and saying, well, what are the reasons that it's not already like that? And one of the main reasons is that your average massage therapist doesn't come out of school prepared to make that value-added contribution in healthcare. So we created a really robust education program to bring massage therapists to the level that they need to be able to really work with other healthcare providers and to meet people who are living with acute, chronic, and serious illness in the place where they are. And we do a lot of what we call untraining.
Yeah. And it's interesting because over the years of training massage therapists, we've started learning and seeing that really, to work as part of an integrated medical team, it works better if you train side by side. And so we've started opening and making our courses more inclusive. So now they provide continuing education for social workers and for nurses and for PTs and OTs. And it's been really cool to see what happens when those people learn together, because then they work better together.
Yeah. They hear the questions that we ask, we hear the questions that they ask, and we all kind of do this thing where we go, oh, my understanding of what you do was so limited.
Right.
And now I see that A, there's no competition, and B, there's so many possibilities for synergy that we just weren't even aware of before.
And I think that speaks to the unlearning that you were talking about.
Yeah.
I think that besides the fact that we believe that sometimes we learn incorrect things in our trainings, I also think we just learn incorrect things about other providers. Yeah. And just those assumptions carry us through. And so really being able to train with and learn about other providers really makes a difference in how you provide care.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. And I've had the honor and the privilege to work side by side with both of you, as well as your team, and to be able to see that synergy, I think was the word that you used, really take place, and the ownership that you had. And I want to make sure that everybody is aware and familiar with the things that we do. And, there was no rock kind of left unturned. Everyone is your friend and your supporter in this. And so, working in infusion clinics or, outside of the massage therapy room was really eye-opening for me, not only as like a people leader, but now in my kind of transition into social work, and to know that you offer those types of, I guess, ways of greater awareness for those types of providers, I'm really excited about, because what an amazing gift, not only that you're giving other business professionals, but other people. Like you said, everyone is in need of these services. So thank you so much for what you're doing. You're bringing a lot of of joy to those around you?
It's so interesting because I feel like, especially when we work because we're Children's Hospital is one of the hospitals where we work with the palliative care team. And in most of the hospitals where we work, we're partnered with palliative care or hospice teams. And, the feedback when you meet somebody, back when we used to all go to parties, and you could meet new people,
right.
people always say like, oh, I could never do that, or, oh, that must be so hard. And I never found it really hard. I think it's really exciting work. And I think it may sound weird to say, but I think it's really fun work because I think people are really at their realist when things are not going well. And I think that it really reveals a lot of the stories we've told about our bodies and about health and wellness when the body stops working the way we always assumed it would work, when we know we are at the end of our lives. And for everybody I've ever been working with, that's sooner than they thought it was going to be, no matter how old they are. I think there's a realness, and it feels to me like such an incredible honor to get to be able to enter that reality with a person.
Yeah. And I think that we really, we don't try to make things happy when they're not. And I think that that's one of the things that we work really hard with our therapists to help them understand that as a caregiver and really as a human, it doesn't benefit anybody to sort of do the mental gymnastics of pretending that things that suck don't suck. And that doesn't mean that there's not joy. I mean, you've worked with us, as you mentioned, and we're fun to be around, right? But we're not going to pretend it's awesome if it's not awesome. And I think that's one of the struggles right now, in particular for people with COVID and issues of racial justice. And I mean, we are, as a planet, we're kind of blowing up in some really important and painful ways. Yeah. And to look around and just to normalize, if you're feeling anxious, if you're feeling depressed, you are paying attention and you're not alone. Yeah. And I guess if I could say that there's a buoying force out there, it's that the people that I love and care most about are feeling sad right now, and that I feel less crazy in my sadness because I see other people really connecting to what's happening, and that we have a job to do, and that it is an incredibly sad and exciting time to be alive, and that's exhausting, but I don't know that I'd pick something else. So
yeah, I mean, that's really powerful, and it's a very important message, I think, that I guess what I have noticed in working with you, and even from what you are sharing, is that things may not always be happy, but there's always love. Like, I think that was something that I always really admired about working with you and your team, is that you gave it everything, and were so respectful and kind to people, and I don't know, just gave people their dignity. And I think that no matter what situation that we might find ourselves in, either good or bad, having love, respect, giving others the dignity that they deserve is huge. And you're making I don't know, you're just great examples of that. I don't know how better to say it. So yeah, I just checked out your podcast this morning, Massage Therapy Without Borders, and so I will link to that to the end of the video. But again, really, really appreciate both of you, and I hope that others will be able to follow the amazing things that you are doing. Like I said, I will link to all of those, and check out part 2 of this interview, where we're going to be going over 2 tips in 2 minutes that we will hear from the Healwell team. That's like a tongue twister.
That's a tongue twister.
From the Healwell. Okay, I got it. All right. Well, thank you both so much. It's been an absolute pleasure.